Push your care, push your burdens aside. Erase everything inside and leave just one thing on your mind. So shit with every breath you take. With every step we take. We only had one shot. If this is just right now, you only have one life. Forever your time. So bring everything you need.
"16 months ago, I wandered into this place, and today, on the first episode of Carnage, I make my official debut as one half of the Wrestling Geeks and Pariahs announce team. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Revolution World Champion. I am Matt Anarchy, and I didn't come alone.
Surprise, ladies and gentlemen, look who it is. It's the man himself, the former WGP champion, your man himself, the icon, and I am rolling with this gentleman right beside me, the man himself over there in Revolution. That is Matt Anarchy, right? Whoa, holy crap. Look, we're on screen together. Damn it, Matt, we're on screen together. What the hell has happened? I know Texas froze over last week, so obviously hell froze over, right?
Very, very clearly, right? I mean, Matt Anarchy and the icon on screen next to each other. I mean, I thought the internet would explode, but guys, here we stand. The world has not ended, and we might just have a new best announced team in the entire world right here in front of you, because if that introduction doesn't get you pumped, you don't have a heartbeat.
Oh, damn, you're right, man. You know it. You know what? We're going to do this thing, and we're going to do it our way. This is the way we do it here in WGP. Now, yes, he is the Revolution champion, but you know what? That doesn't matter, because we're all under one thing here. We're all under this new era that WGP Carnage is starting today. We will crown a new world champion tonight, and I can tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, we got a hell of a show ahead of us. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and we'll throw it out to our sponsors, PinFall Productions. Guys, if you haven't checked out their stuff, go ahead and go do it. Give that like, that subscribe, and all of that good things that they need to keep doing what they're doing for Revolution and WGP. And I can tell you right now, if you haven't seen this man in action right next to me, wander over there to Revolution, because even though they have the B team for announcers, they still have a pretty damn good champion in that man right next to me, Matt Anarchy.
Yeah, let me tell you, if you have not taken the time out to go over and see what PinFall Streams are doing for over the last several months for the Revolution, and what you will see them do for WGP as we go forward as well. You are really, really selling yourself short. And more specifically, you are selling yourself short on our next pay-per-view, which is going to be called Green with Envy on March the 14th. Ladies and gentlemen, the only place that you can go to see that production is the PinFall Streams YouTube page. You will not be able to see that reproduced anywhere else. So if you want to see what happens after this action builds up, you're going to have to go over and give that page a like and make sure you subscribe and follow so you know when we're live over there.
Not only that, all belts from WGP and Revolution will be defended on that pay-per-view. So it's going to be one hell of a thing. We will be joining you there at some point. I know my man Matt's going to have a match over there where he's going to have to do his thing a little bit, you know. But we'll see where this ends up and what they can do with it after that. But, hey, we're here.
You know what? But you know what, Icon, we are going to get back around to that thing behind you that you just pointed at. But let's not take anything away from the historic, groundbreaking event we are in the middle of right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the inaugural Carnage event, the inaugural broadcast for the Icon and Anarchy. This is the inaugural day of the Villain Files. The first ever Villain Files will drop today. You are working with your inaugural Revolution World Champion, and today we will crown a new WGP World Champion, and all of that will be recapped after this show with the inaugural curtain call. So let's not drag this on too much, and let's talk about the inaugural match for this event here today, which just happens to be a rubber match between your best friend, the Canadian Crippler, and one young Lil Sweet.
Whoo, the Canadian Crippler. You know, he's been a thorn in my side in my career here and other places, to tell you the truth, but I'll give him credit. He has a hell of a gimmick, and even though he tries to steal his gimmicks from everybody else, the guy puts it together in one nice little package, ties a bow on it, and does what he needs to do. And what can we say? Lil Sweet, man. The guy is, you know, got it. He has it. The dude belongs here, and he's going to show you tonight just why he belongs here by going up against that man Crippler.
Well, as we said, this has been booked as a rubber match between these two gentlemen. Crippler comes in boosting a win over Lil Sweet. Lil Sweet, who is undefeated here in the WGP, comes in. He comes in undefeated, boasting a win over the Crippler. And of course, you know, they're saying this is going to decide who's the best. Looking at a hype recap between these two guys, the Crippler, you know, comes in with a little bit of momentum. He had a nice win over in the Revolution at their last breakdown show. And he says that he's coming out here today to show that the new Badass Club is nothing to be trifled with. On the flip side of that, you've got Lil Sweet, who's come out here just straight verbal assault through his hype promo against the Crippler. He basically said that Crippler is a bitch who is shook to the core, and that's why he has to bring weapons to this battle, because he can't beat him with just his words. So a lot of heat built up between these two men in a short amount of time. Icon, any thoughts?
Hey, you know what? As good as the Crippler is, you know, Sweet's undefeated. That's a big-time thing here in the WGP. I know it is in Revolution as well. And we'll see if he can ride that wave just to get that next step up over the Crippler and see if he can take a step forward in maybe seeing exactly what this new Badass Club is actually made of.
Well, I think we are about to find out. So, hey, Mr. Announcer, let's go ahead and hit those intros.
WGP, the 26th is upon us, and who am I facing but none other than Lil Sweet. One more time, the rubber match between the Canadian Crippler and Lil Sweet. Lil Sweet, you just narrowly beat me the last time, and now, oh now, you've got some confidence in your stature. You're walking around looking like a big man. Well, tonight I make short work of the big man. Because no longer will you be the big man on campus because you're looking at the true big man. I stand here, this is my house, regardless of the name on the door, regardless of the name of the company. I was here before you, and I will be here after you. Because that's just how it is. I'm the franchise, no matter where I go. Now, Lil Sweet, what are you going to bring? Some more of that same bravado that I've seen at you? Are you going to get up? Are you going to do a song? Are you going to do a dance? I don't think so. I think you're going to do the exact same lame shtick you've done here before. But no. Actually, scratch that, WGP. We're now in a new system. So we gotta be a little illmatic with our skills and our repertoire. We gotta come out here like guns blazing, like we're rolling down, about to kill some people in a car. I'm rolling with hot bodies in the back. Can't you see? I'm the guy that's ready to attack no matter what it'll be. I'll take your ass down. 1, 2, 3. It's so damn easy. Even Josh Steele can see. So Lil Sweet, don't you worry none. Don't fret any. And by the way, to the judges, those weren't copied lines. They were straight from the dome. But I get it. It's about time that we start wrapping things up. It's about time that people start seeing just who really is the Canadian Crippler and why I'm the real heel. Lil Sweet, you just barely won the last time. This time, for damn sure, you're not getting the win. You're going to walk back to the locker room and look every one of those men in the eye and say, you better watch out. Because the real heel of the promo field, the Canadian Dragon, the Nova Scotian Nightmare, the franchise of any industry I stand in, is back. And he's ready to attack and take out all you weak asses who think you know the game. Because you see, come Monday, the Badass Club reforms once again. And like our lines say, this time we may be loved by few, hated by many, but respected by all. And as we all like to say now, it's all business.
WGP, Lil Sweet here. Now, Crippler, I'll be honest with you. I really didn't think we'd be facing off against us, but here we are, you piece of shit. And I'm glad we are, because it's the perfect chance for me to prove to you something I already know, something you probably don't have the balls to admit, and that is last time we met was no fucking fluke. Now go right ahead and tell the people tonight that it was by the slimmest of margins. And ladies and gentlemen, he would be right. It was a 2-1 vote. But let me ask you something, boy. Have you ever heard the phrase, you can win by an inch or you can win by a mile, but a win is a win? You know what? Don't answer that, because it was a rhetorical question. And if you don't know what that means, go Google it and find out for yourself, because I'll be too busy finishing the job my brother's bus started all them months ago to explain it to your ass. Crippler, if you were expecting to write what you probably think in your mind was the wrong of me beating you last time, well, then you're going to have to put on your promo running shoes and run every inch of that mile. And that's 5,280 feet to be exact, asshole, because you found out in our last match just how much I have improved since you gave me my first ever match here in the promo world. And you had better not bring that sad sack looking son of a bitch that admitted the other day he was on a downward spiral into this match tonight, or you might as well do us both a favor. Don't show up tonight, because that guy wouldn't stand a fucking chance. You see, my mindset and way of thinking have changed so much since our last match a few weeks ago to this one here tonight. Last match, I'll admit, I didn't know if I had what it took to beat you. But this time, though, not only is my confidence at an all-time high, which is bad news for you, buddy boy, I know I have what it takes to beat you. And Crippler, that has got to have you shaking in your maple leaf-colored bra and panties, bitch. You know, since I'm being so honest with you tonight, jerk, here comes a double dose of honesty your massive ego won't allow you to accept. Not only are you the less talented member of the Badass Club, is that still even a thing? You know what? Who cares? Anyway, you're not even the member of said club I would have liked to have seen standing across from me tonight. How you doing, Briggy? But it's not about that this evening. It's about me kicking your ass, so let's get back to it, shall we, punk? And no, I'm not coming into this match thinking I have it in the bag, and neither should you. Oh, and after this is all said and done tonight, I'm gonna personally rip ownership papers of Casino del Shithole out of your greasy hands and deliver them to Boss Leany on a silver platter. I know in order for me to get this done tonight, I'm gonna have to bring everything I got and then some. And I will. And I know you will too. And you can bet your ass I'll be ready. But to tell you the truth, I'm not quite sure you will be, because it's been like 3 weeks since our last match, and your pride can't have healed in that short amount of time. Last time, I saw the chinks in your armor. This time, I'd bust that shit wide open and take you out of my world for good, because after tonight, I got other business to attend to that's much bigger than a match between you and me. Even with my fucked up eye, I can see that. And after tonight, your yard belongs to me. So I'm getting ready to wrap this up, and I really have enjoyed beating you from pillar to post. Tonight, I walk out the victor, and very convincingly, I might add, and then you can go back in the locker room and tell everybody it's never a good idea to stand in front of a pissed off and irritated Lil Sweet. Win or lose, I know this will be one hell of a match, and all jokes aside, it was hard enough getting past you once, never mind twice in 3 weeks. And then, like I said, after tonight, it's on to bigger and better things for me. And who knows what those bigger things are. But WGP, I for sure see gold in my future. And Crippler, you are the next step for me going in that direction. And I will not be stopped by the likes of you. Peace.
Visualize the place inside my mind a million times. Can't make no mistake because my life is on the line. All the work and all the hours, boy, I stayed upon my grind. If you question my integrity, I answer every time. Yeah. Don't you see these battle scars on my back? I am the gladiator. Devil's black clothes on my judgment day. I am the terminator. I be the originator. I be the innovator. Froze over, amen. Does the devil win?
Oh shit!
Whoa,
guys!
whoa!
Hey, wow! What a start to Carnage, ladies and gentlemen. This was man. What a match! I love the way Crippler came right after Lil Sweet and everything. Even fired a little bit of shots at Josh Steele a little bit, man. That's how you get real heat. That's how you are the real heel. I mean, I honestly think the Crippler had good flow, good use of the words on there, and it was Crippler style. He has a method to his madness, and he always does what he needs to do. On the flip side, Sweet, and you talk about coming in hot. That dude is coming in hot. He's coming in straight after Crippler on this one. Talking about a win is a win, and I can't agree more. It doesn't matter how much you win by. A win is a win. But I love the line, and I'm sorry to all the Canadian viewers out there, but the maple leaf colored bra and panties line was hilarious. hilarious. I love the line. Great line, Lil Sweet. Great showing from both competitors. And for the
for the announcement, right? Yeah, for the announcement, right? Yeah, I completely agree. Crippler came out and Crippler did his thing. If I had to take note, I think one of the differentiators in this match might be if you go back and you watch Crippler's promo, there was quite a bit of time where there weren't words being spoken. And if you looked at Dewey Sweet's promo beginning to end, the guy, I'm not even sure he took a breath. Don't know how you not breathe for 4 whole minutes, but I think that might have been one of the deciding factors, because your winner in the first ever match on Carnage and still undefeated, Mr. Dewey Sweet. Congratulations to you, sir. Great outing by both men. Nobody has anything to hang their heads about. Yes, even I can give you credit on that one, Crippler. That was a great outing. I think maybe taking a shot outside of your match and having a little bit more wasted time in there might have been what did you in a little bit. But either way, guys, fantastic outing. Very proud of both of you. And before we kind of transition on, I want to take a moment to speak about that commercial we saw directly after the match, Mr. Icon, for PinFall Streams and in their Paradigm Shift podcast. If you guys have not taken some time out on Wednesday nights to take an hour of your night and watch this wonderful content, and you're really missing out. These guys have really stepped their game up, and they had some really, really exciting guests. In the month of March, it's going to be very big for them. This upcoming Wednesday, they've got an independent wrestling star by the name of Masha that will be on the show. That's going to be very special because later this month, for the 1-year anniversary for PinFall Streams, there's a very special video of Mr. Josh Haney taking a chop right across the chest from her that will be aired for everybody to see. So definitely catch that interview. Very entertaining stuff. I've already gotten a sneak peek, and you will love it. And actually, on the 10th, so a week from Wednesday, they've got a rather big indie star name in the name of Duke the Dumpster coming out. So if you haven't taken... Exactly. So if you guys have not had the time to watch this podcast, I would definitely say pick it up over the next couple weeks.
Definitely, guys. I mean, it's content related, and it's not just the content that you're seeing for the promo world, the wrestling world. They've got a lot of stuff going on, guys. They got a bunch of different things with the different, leagues and sports. Hell, they've got collecting podcasts, stuff like that they're doing as well. So there's a little something for everybody with the PinFall Stream. Yeah. Once again, we thank them for giving us this chance to come on here and do what we do better than anybody.
And even more so, guys, as we talked about leading into this show, we want to make this as interactive for our fans as possible. So fans, if you're out there and you have an idea for a podcast that you would like to see, or you would like to become involved and host a podcast, PinFall Streams has wonderful resources that can help you get up and going. And all you have to do is reach out, and they'll be more than happy to work with you and help get something started through their channel. We're always looking for more content, so please don't hesitate to reach out on that front. But not to subtract too much from what we have coming up next, because this next match is going to burn the house down. I would say it is my early pick to steal this entire event, and that is the match between our current Havoc champion, Jay Briggy, and the newcomer, A-List Iverson.
Well, for one thing, anytime somebody puts the great name of Iverson in their name, you know that their bar is going to be raised higher than anybody else. So I expect a lot out of A-List Iverson because, hey, he's one of my favorite basketball players of all time. Some of you guys may not know who he is. Yes, I screwed up the name there. Shut up, Matt. It's fine. Briggy. Briggy is a consummate professional. He's done it everywhere, and he's done it at a high level. So we're going to see exactly what happens whenever this newcomer comes in and how Briggy handles that. And there's this whole Badass Club thing again. Are we going to sit there and see a little bit of help here from some friends of his, or are we just going to see him ride it out on his own, knowing that he possibly can? What do you think, Matt?
Well, obviously, I think we all saw the newest addition to the Badass Club over this past week, Mr. Josh Steele, and those guys are really trying to push as there's a new flavor and a new spin to it, and I think tonight's going to be one of the defining factors to see if that's true or not. Now, with that being said, we come into this match, and these two gentlemen, I want to say, if you did not take the time out to watch the recap, the Revolution recap that was put out this week, this rivalry took up a good portion of that show for a very good reason. These two men have come out, and they have told a hell of a story. So coming out of our last show, Jay Briggy told everybody that he was going to retire. He
Yep.
came out and he gave a retirement speech with the GM on air, and he was done. And amidst all of that, this A-list character, this guy who we hadn't seen before our last show, the last standard WGP show, where he actually came out and beat the former WGP World Heavyweight Champion, Kaos. So feeling hot off of his win, Iverson comes out and basically baits Briggy into a match. He tells him, hey, man, you know, you're better off retiring than facing me. I'd run away from me as well. You know, to which, of course, our Havoc champion, being who he is, did not take that lightly. And he responded saying, well, you want a match? I got a match. And, well, that led to a lawyer being involved. And well, if you didn't see this storyline, guys, this is what this is about. I can't tip my cap enough to the story that these two men have told coming into this. And at the end of this story, the long and the short is, well, Mr. Iverson, you are contractually obligated to show up tonight. And if he does not, if he misses a plane, if there's an injury for any reason, if he does not show up tonight, he is going to be barred from competing. So, Mr. Icon, before we dive into this match, sir, was there anything that you wanted to throw out there? Any thoughts? Any maybe predictions?
Now, this is a non-title match, correct, right?
This is absolutely a non-title match, and do not forget.
So, I just wanted to point that out and put that out there, but look at it like this, ladies and gentlemen, and it always ends up like this. If the A-lister can pull something off here and beat Briggy, maybe that sets him up down the line for a possible Havoc title shot or something else, guys, because that's what it's all about. It's all about competition. It's all about making a name here in the WGP. And I can tell you right now, being a person that has went through this and held one of these titles, that target is always on your back, and Briggy definitely knows that. The one thing I know about Briggy is he is not going to give up that title very easily, especially to somebody that's just rolled into WGP. And I can tell you, this is going to be a barn burner, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to tear the house down.
Well, actually, Mr. Icon, we need to make a quick adjustment, sir, before we both get lawsuits in our inboxes. His name is Alverson, not Iverson.
Alverson. Woo. Okay, I was about to say Alverson. Okay, I'm just going to call him the A-lister, man. That's it.
I'll stick with A-list as well. Keep the purple-haired attorney away from me, okay? I'm afraid of what his hair would do under this light. But yeah, now that we've got that corrected, why don't we go ahead and roll those intros?
Let's go.
Now look at how long them eyebrow hairs have gotten. If that ain't the most embarrassing thing. People on the internet done seen that already. Shucks.
Well, who told you already? All right, how long we got to do this? 4 minutes. Make it quick. I'm on a time budget. Oh, hello, Geeks and Pariahs, my good friends and social inferiors. This is A-List Alverson. Now, I understand that lately my behavior may not seem like I am enthusiastic about facing off with Mr. Briggy. Some people have even been inclined to use the word scared. Now, don't misconstrue or misunderstand my intentions. You see, I've always been a big proponent of working smarter and not harder. I was taught from a very young age You save your knees and your back and your vocal cords for when you need them the most. You let your mind and your money do the hard work for you. And if Briggy thinks and holds the belief that A-list Alverson doesn't want to fight, then the hard work has been done. Briggy, you are the Promo Havoc champion around these parts. And it wasn't exactly made clear to me whether or not that title would be in contention in this particular confrontation. But you know what? You keep your polished brass and cattle's ass because you appreciate it more than I will. A A-list personality thinks that that thing you carry around and flaunt as a championship title is little more than a kick panel stuck to a mud flap. I like to prefer a more clean white strap on my championships, if you can follow me along here. When I first arrived in WGP, I made the claim that somebody better climb up to my level and make this worth my time. Briggy, for you, I'm going to make an exception. You, sir, are going to need a jetpack to get up to the level of A-list Alverson, because nothing I've seen out of Briggy is anything worth changing diapers over. What do you got? You got that big coup de grace, right? The one where you flip me off and then shoot yourself in the face? That's a real intimidating piece of business you got there. Yeah, hey, here's what I think of you, and now I'm gonna blow my brains out. Boom! Ho ho! You showed me. Did the Badass Club have a big conference about that one, huh? Did you collaborate your little pea-sized Geek and Pariah brains to come up with something that you think was really cool and different and make people scared of you? Please, bless all your hearts. You know what you did? You done built an academic team for the school and called yourselves the retards. How much more time we got on this? You know what? I'm done. Cut that. Print it. Make it smell nice when you drop it off.
Well, tonight's the night, Mr. Alverson, that we have all been waiting for. And a very smart man once told me that if you want to go out there and win a match, you have to go out there and lay it all on the line. You have to leave no doubt. You have to go out there and kill your opponent. Literally bury that son of a bitch and leave no question of who the winner is. You cannot leave a match close, and that's exactly what I plan on doing to you here tonight, Mr. Alverson, the A-lister. What exactly have you done in your life to be called an A-lister, huh? You're no celebrity, you're no famous artist, you're not no musician, you're not out there signing any autographs. You have done as little as possible your entire life to try to get ahead. A-lister, might as well call you the ass kisser, because that's exactly what you have done your entire life to try to be successful. You came out here in your very first promo in the WGP, and you said you planned on doing no hard work at all. That sounds like somebody who's been a giant fucking titty baby their entire life. That's what happens when you were breastfed way too long as a child, and now you're still sucking at your mama's tit as a grown-ass man. You are a prime example of what a participation trophy kid really is. Somebody who's been sitting on the sidelines getting told they're doing a great job when they're not really doing shit, and now they expect everything to be handed to them. The only thing you're getting handed here tonight, boy, is a fucking ass whooping courtesy of the brother of brutality. Because you and I come from two different breeds of people, Mr. Alverson. People like me have worked hard for everything that they've had to earn in this lifetime. People like me have had to fight tooth and nail to get to the top of this business. And everything that we earned was through hard work. And people like you have been handed everything on a silver platter. Just living your life, mooching off your parents with a silver spoon shoved straight up your ass. Well, tonight, I'm going to pull that spoon out and I'm going to shove it right down your throat. Because I'll be damned if some richy rich, prissy son of a bitch is going to come in here and take everything that I've worked hard to build for myself. You see, you have done nothing but try to get out of this match from its very inception. Except for when you thought that I was retiring and you were just going to come out here drinking champagne, going to get you an easy win by DQ. And as soon as you knew that I was not retiring and you were going to have to be in this ring here tonight, what did you do? You did everything in your power to not be here. You faked injuries, you tried to get lawyers, you tried to sign contracts, you tried to get restraining orders, and none of it prevailed. Because there is no place in the WGP for people like you, Mr. Alverson. People like you that think they can just go into a company and just buy their way to the top without putting any hard work, any dedication. You want to come in here and act like you're some kind of $1 million man when we all know that that's not true. Well, there's a man in this business that you might know. His name is Bossolini. And he's kind of done the same thing you have, but the only difference between you and him is he's actually coming here and putting in the hard work. He's actually a businessman. He's out there doing whatever it takes to get ahead in this life. He is like the true $1 million man, while you were nothing more than a $2 version of Virgil. Someone who likes to stand behind greatness, and in this situation, greatness being your family, your parents who have carried that Alverson name and worked for everything that they deserved in this world. And then you, as soon as you had to go out on your own, you couldn't carry your own weight, and you failed miserably. And now you're walking around trying to act like you're somebody, trying to make it look like to everybody else that you're important when you're really not. So, Mr. Alverson, this is a fucking wake-up call for you, jackass. Because I'll be damned if you're going to come in here to the WGP and think you're just going to skyrocket right to the top without doing anything. Yeah, you came in here and you beat Kaos, but that's because he took you lightly, which has been a downfall of his in the past. Me, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to shove my foot so far up your ass that the sweat on my kneecap is going to quench your thirst, bitch. Because you're going to do what you do best, and that's come in here and get your money for nothing, but get your ass kicked for free. Because you have done nothing but try to take this to the courts, try to buy lawyers, try to buy your way out of this situation. Except you're no O.J. Simpson, bitch. In fact, here tonight in this match, if anyone's like O.J. Simpson, it's me. Because I'm about to kill a guy, and I'm going to get away with it.
Ooh.
Woo!
Oh, man, I'm hurting myself on that one. What do you think, man? Ooh.
Well, I guess we'll go ahead and start off with your winner, the Havoc champion, Mr. Jay Briggy. Very, very competitive match back and forth. I thought A-List Alverson brought a very entertaining promo. I thought that he had some fun elements to it. But Mr. Briggy came out and showed why he has been on that streak that he's on, why even though he didn't have it on him, he is the Havoc champion. I think that he came out very focused, just absolutely brutal. And I think you can kind of see he's gearing up for what's next for him, I think.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Starting with Briggy, I mean, once again, Briggy's promos are always going to be hard-hitting. They're always going to be in your face. They're always going to be, hey, what are you going to say to top this, what I'm saying to you? How am I going to tear you apart? And he did that again today. The participation trophy line, always a great line to use in a promo. I just think that's, it's a great line because that's what society has fallen into, unfortunately. But, wow, the $2 version of Virgil. That one hit pretty hard right there, but not as hard as the O.J. Simpson line. And I don't think anybody expected that one.
No, man. I mean, he had a few moments in that promo. There was the Richie Rich Prissy Bitch. I mean, he definitely brought his A game for A-List, which in my opinion, is just a sign of respect after what we saw that man do in his debut match against Kaos. And obviously very excited to see what Briggy does next. We all know about the new rules concerning the Havoc Championship and him already having a required title defenses in. So, Briggy's a wild card at this point. But I'm very interested in seeing where A-List goes from here as well. I don't think there's any shame in the match that happened today. And very excited to see what he does next here in Wrestling Geeks and Pariahs as well.
I really like his character. I really do. His gimmick is great. I love the 80s intro. That's I'm an 80s kid, so I'm gonna like those intros anyway. It's from what I see, he gives me a lot of vibes like JBL type vibes, like 2006 JBL vibes. And I liked that character. A lot of people didn't, but I thought it was a great character. And he does it in such a good way and presents it on screen that it's just going to be getting better and better and better for him. And the white strap thing, I wonder what that line was for. But let me give you something here. Let me give you something here, Mr. A-List. You want a tagline? You want something that you can throw in there? I'll give you this little one right here. How about you call yourself fresh, dressed, and ready to impress.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Honestly, that's the vibes I get right there, man. So great job, both competitors. You know, I couldn't have asked for more out of both guys.
Yeah, hey, you know, while we have a moment, speaking of presentation on screen, Icon, that is a beautiful T-shirt you got on there, sir. Where would you get a wonderful thing like that?
Well, you know, the man himself, Mike Murder, better known as FKA Mike Matos, is the designer and the man who puts these out. And ladies and gentlemen, if you need a merchandise for you, for your fans, for whoever, your mama, sister, brother, daddy, uncles, you know, whoever, grandma, grandpa, go hit my man, Michael Matos, Mike Murder up. And I promise you, just like you're seeing there with Mr. Anarchy himself, he does a great job. Because if not, we wouldn't be wearing it, right? He is the class of the industry.
Right, only the classiest for the classiest broadcast team. But, you know, I have to echo that sentiment, guys. Whether you have your own logo, whether you need a logo created, whether you want something for yourself, or whether you want something to glorify your favorite promo superstar, hit up Mike Matos. He will bring you something quick. He will bring you something at a fair price, and it is always, always very quality work. So thank you for that, Mike. Shameless plug, and no, I don't care if anybody says anything about it.
Me neither.
So let's go ahead, guys, and let's move on to our third match of the tonight of our evening, right? Or I guess it's only evening for me in the dark. We've got the Purge versus Kaos, and Icon, I'll let you take the point on this one, my friend.
Well, you know, let's talk about my man Kaos. My man Kaos has been on a little bit of a losing streak ever since he caught that L from the Icon back in January. But I tell you what, that dude right there, he is, once again, another one of those consummate professionals. He's going to come out, he's going to give you his all, and he's going to do what he needs to do. So I can sit here and tell you right now that man will put something together tonight. That doesn't take anything away from the Purge. Purge has an interesting gimmick. He has a very good look to him, very good sound, and he puts out solid stuff. Can he get over that hump? Can he get over the former WGP champion in Kaos?
Yeah, you know, I viewed this match a lot in the same light. Don't know too terribly much about the Purge, but I can say that, you know, Kaos coming off a little bit of a tough L in his last match against Mr. Alberson. So, you know, I know he's coming out here with a little something to prove. Things haven't been going his way. We've had some combos behind the scenes, and I know this losing streak, as he has called it, has definitely been frustrating him. So I'm anticipating big things tonight, but, you know, he's going up against a big unknown. So, hey, Mr. Production Guy, let's hit those intros.
I'm a villain, untraditional hence I am for a higher calling, got additional sense. Rolling with the vanguard for additional threats. And if you are in the way, there'll be additional deaths. Yes, I was brought in by the teaching of Stain, ready to eradicate the heroes reaching for fame. Teaching our brains as monetary, reaping the gain. And with every dollar made, the heroes weaken the name. Hey.
Now, Kaos, here's the solution that I have. I am a last-minute opponent. Okay, I admit that. But here's the thing. How about you take 2 steps back from the cameras that we all can see you? And second of all, take this terrible mask off. It don't fit for your opponent. Okay? And the opponent is Madame Moi. The German sensation, the freaking gimmick here, the Purge. And also the only wrestler who ever embraced your screen. Alright? I don't know what this whole Chaos thing is all about, but what did you done here in the WGP/Revolution? Just let me know. Right, absolutely fucking nothing, okay? Fucking nothing. And you trying to be a so-called wannabe. How about you driving a Bumblebee and then you can call yourself a so-called wannabe? Cause nobody didn't freaking care about you. Neither the Havoc Champion or the World Champion or neither me. And that is why you are in the bottom of the card. Cause nobody didn't care about you. I have the terrible luck that I got booked by the last freaking minute that I need to deliver 200% of everything that I'm standing for. Because I'm here in the promo division since nearly 1 goddamn year. And I did everything. I mean really everything from standing for. From ladder matches to battle royals. Everything. Even 2 times. No gimmicks matches. What's up, Dark Saint? How you doing today? Yeah. But let's talk about, back here. So, Chaos, how about, you don't being a, fake-ass Chaos stable from New Japan Pro Wrestling and being like freaking original, okay? Cause if you name being Chaos, then I was gonna be thinking about Kazuchika Okada and his crew, who is a damn legend man. And you are not legend as like him. But you will never, I would say never, being legend like me.
Alright, Purge, it's time to get myself back on track, so what better way to do it than by grabbing you, dragging you into the ring, ripping you limb from limb, tearing you into a million pieces, and then bathing in your blood. I got a question for you, Purge. Why do you call yourself Purge in the first place? Because I don't see you purging anything since you come to the WGP. To purge something means to get rid of something, and the only thing I see you purging is your chances of getting any wins around here. Whenever I look at competitors like the Dark Saint, and I see that he loses matches to people like the smartass Maestro of all people, I know that he is just not a very dangerous competitor. But then he turns around and he beats you twice. So what does that say about you? Do you want to know why you lose all your matches? Because you're one of the most boring and vanilla competitors that has ever competed in WGP history. Every one of your promos that I've seen, you're sitting on your lazy ass in the same spots, saying the same lines over and over again. And that is why you haven't had a match in weeks. You haven't had a match, and you said 3 weeks now, and that is why you wanted a match with me, because I was open. I had nothing else going on, and you're just desperate to take on anybody. And you're trying to wonder why you have been booked. And that's because you've been forgotten. You've been forgotten because there's nothing about you that sticks out. Why don't you go ask one of the fans? Hey, you know that Chaos guy? What is something you could tell me about him? And they're gonna tell you he is a deranged mass lunatic that verbally violates anyone that gets in his path. Why don't you ask them about someone like Jay Briggy? What is something that sticks out about Jay Briggy? What is this mean biker type of guy that uses his words to tear people down? Why don't you ask them about someone like Big Sweet? What is something that sticks out about Big Sweet? They're gonna say, that man is as big as a house, but he's smooth as molasses, and he knows how to kick ass with anyone that he competes against. and then ask them the same question about yourself, Purge. What is something that sticks out about Purge? And watch as they roll the eyes into the back of their head as they think really hard, but the only thing you hear is crickets. You hear nothing but silence, because there is nothing that can be answered to that question, because there is nothing that sticks out about you. Straight up, Purge, I'm telling you right now, the reason why you haven't been booked in weeks is because you've been forgotten. Purge, let me ask you a question. Are you tired of losing every single match that you get booked in? Are you tired of getting beaten from pillar to post against every opponent that you've faced thus far? Do you actually want to start getting wins here in the WGP? Then why don't you take a little advice from old Uncle Kaos? You want to earn your nickname, Purge? Then why don't you start by purging everything about your gimmick that I've seen so far? You need to start getting rid of a lot of things, starting with the way you look, the way you sound, the location that you actually film in. Everything about you, you need to get rid of it and change it into something new. Start finding new ways to come out with aggression and showing people that you can go line for line against the best people here in the WGP. But until you start doing that, you're going to continue time and time again to get loss after loss. And more losses you get, the more that the WGP universe will continue to forget you. And while people might forget about you, Purge, there's something that you'll never forget. You're never gonna forget the day that you received the pummeling of a lifetime by the original Pariah, Kaos.
Wow. Interesting approach by one of our competitors. Very, very new style of approach. Kaos, just as good as ever. And I guess I'll go ahead and I'll take this one, Matt. Your winner, and welcome back to the W Club, Mr. Kaos. Congratulations, Kaos. Valiant effort by Purge. All I got to say, bud, is keep going and keep getting better at what you do, man. That's about all I can sit there and I can tell you about that. Purge, here you go, man. You know, it's all in your lane. That's all we got to do. You know, just get your stuff together, keep going, and I promise you, you're gonna rack up those wins at some point. Kaos, you're Kaos, man. You come out with the Kaos promo and you do what Kaos does, and I really can't say anything else about it. What about you, Matt?
So I want to start off by saying, you know, there's some pieces there that I can see being kind of sewed together and really coming together for something that works for the Purge. I do think that there's something there, and you're gonna find your niche. You know, in this matchup, I just feel as though he was overmatched, and I tip my cap to Kaos to taking the opportunity in this match to kind of take a younger promo artist and kind of show him what it's about. Mr. Purge, if you go back and you listen to the words that Kaos said, I think that you can find some things to work with. But if you can't, definitely hit up anybody in this locker room and we'll be happy to help you figure it out and help you take it to that next level, because there's definitely something there. But congrats to Mr. Kaos on breaking that losing streak as he described it, getting back in that win column, as you said, Mr. Icon. And, I'm sure that we're going to see some momentum build off of this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the only place you can go for now is up, Mr. Purge. That's all I can sit there and tell you.
Yep.
The best thing that myself and, the Revolution champ, Anarchy, right beside me, can sit there and tell you is practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. We have completely different styles. We always have. But we're always talked about. My name is talked about. Anarchy's name is talked about, and we're talked about in high regard. So take what we're giving you, put it together. If you have to, promo in front of your damn mirror, do something just to get yourself out there to where you can get that wordplay a little bit smoother than what you want to do. Because I can tell you right now, and Anarchy can tell you as well, putting together a 3 or 4 minute promo without having any gaps, without having any stutters, is a hell of a thing to do. And there's not many people out there can do it. So trying to do that puts you one step ahead sometimes over your opponents, unless you're like Mr. Anarchy here, who can just put it together seamlessly and do the best ever. So,
hey man, a lot of work behind the scenes for all of us, and you know, obviously, again, like you said, the whole thing is to come away talked about. So we don't want to prescribe a method for you, my man. But we do want to help you get to that point. And with that being said, this next match we have is definitely something that'll be talked about, because apparently it's the first ever steel cage Texas death barbed wire steel bat on a pole death match in the
holy
promo
crap,
world.
it sounds like something from WCCW back in the 80s.
Like, not exactly sure what all this is going to mean or how all this is going to play out, but we've got a encounter, if you will, between the Dark Saint and Tyler Extreme coming up next. And our hype recap tells us that Mr. Dark Saint is coming out to defend his home field advantage, and he told Tyler to go ahead and get Extreme. And, you know, honestly, I got to give it to the Dark Saint, because at that point in time, his opponent hadn't given him anything to work with. So all the credit in the world to getting a hype out there at all. I mean, because frankly, before that, all he had to work with was a montage of ECW clips. Tyler Extreme did finally find his way onto the screen, though. And what he said is that to him, this is ECW, and no one will make fun of ECW, telling the Dark Saint that he better run. So
right.
why don't we go ahead and with no further ado, we'll just have our production guy hit the intros, and we'll see what this is all about.
Tyler Extreme. Tonight is the night that we find out what you're really about. You called me out from behind the screen because you ain't got the balls to get on video and call me out man to man. You see, you come in here flapping your little gums about how you got 10 years of experience and how you're extreme. Well, I will give you one thing. In your debut match against Grimes, it was pretty extreme. An extreme waste of fucking time and an extreme waste of a match on the card. Because what you did, what little bit of it I was awake for, was pathetic. I have shit out better promos than that. I've shit out better hypes than your promo was. You come out here and act like you're God's gifts to promos, but yet you deliver bullshit like that. You see, you call yourself Mr. Extreme, an ECW sympathizer. Let's play a little game, Mr. Extreme. You be ECW and Paul Heyman, and I'll be WWE and Vince McMahon, and I'm gonna put your ass out of a job. You called me out, and it was 4 hypes before you responded, and your response was a 4-minute intro from ECW. Son, at least use a video from the company that's still in business. 10 years of experience, my ass. I ain't seen shit yet. You come out here hollering how you're extreme, and I've been here 10 years, and I speak on my terms. Well, it sounds to me like a person that ain't got no fucking balls to speak up. And you got the gumptions to call me out? This is the WGP. We're about action. We don't hide behind a screen and talk. We come out here face to face like grown-ass men, and we do what we do, and we're the best in the damn world, in the promo world at this shit. So when you come at me, you better step back. Because I'm not the one that you want to fuck with in the WGP, Mr. ECW. When you come up with the damn good promo, then people might respect you. Until then, step the hell off. And you, 10 years, my ass. You can't do shit, and you want to holler extreme? Talk about your sledgehammer like I'm fucking scared of that? You want to get extreme? Let's fucking get it, son! Let's go! It's your move, Tyler. It's your move. You ain't extreme. You're a fucking joke. And just remember, when you step to me, one thing you need to remember. Your soul is mine. Piss off.
Back of the goal, LaCroix's move. He scores! He did it again! Andre Svechnikov, his second LaCroix-style goal. Left wing, Josh the line, next move by Milano, blocking right in, scores! What a goal!
Between a touchdown and the field, but that's an excellent hustle.
Rashad Tuttle, whose uncle Terry Tuttle. Getting to the wide open tight end on the outside. Dawson Knox breaks a few tackles, barrels for another one. He's inside the 25-yard line. What we do offensively. Got his man, Juszczyk fights his way, still fighting his way.
So apparently, what was it? It was a first ever steel cage filled with weapons, Texas death, barbed wire, baseball bat on a pole match means you don't show up.
One guy. I guess he talked all that trash about being from ECW or having ECW or whatever and psyched himself out. Nevertheless, showing by the Dark Saint.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to say congratulations on a win to the WGP mainstay, the Dark Saint. That was a great promo nonetheless. Sorry you busted your head open for nothing.
Sure.
But it was still very intense. I thought that you've definitely shown a lot of growth over your time here, man, and that was a great promo. You did a fantastic job. Very proud of you. With that being said, I want to issue just a quick warning. This is the one and only warning you will get for this. But if you show on a show that I am a part of, I'm going to cut a promo on you from here on out. So, warning has been issued.
Wondering, maybe I should jump into that as well. Anyways,
we can do it together.
Nobody likes no-shows. That's the biggest thing right there. You sign up for something. As long as I've been doing this, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter if I got beat, win, draw, whatever. I've never no-showed a match. Ever. It doesn't matter what was going on. Never no-showed a match.
It's just disrespectful to the guy that put in the work to produce a video against you. Again, hats off to Dark Saint. Absolutely fantastic match. Couldn't be more proud of him. And that, ladies and gentlemen, leaves us with what would seem to be just our main event. But before we get to that, there was a very special message left for the WGP and Revolution universe, and we're going to go ahead and get that out there right now.
Whoa, what the hell? WGP, what are you guys doing here? You know, you really shouldn't go sneaking up on a man in the dark. I could have been doing something else. And nobody wants to see that. Hey, does this mean I'm on WGP Carnage tonight? Wow, what an honor. I have waited for so long to be on this show. It's actually been about 2 weeks. Pretty good turnaround when you think about it. Speaking of which, when I showed up, some of you guys were not very nice. Oh, what was their names? Badass Club? Okay. Badass Club, that's it. Sorry, boys. Honest mistake. Super cool nickname. Love to hear how you guys came up with that one. Story for another day, I'm sure. Hey, since you're here, WGP, this is the perfect opportunity for Harry to issue his very first challenge. Everyone has told me there is one man each of us promo artists should face in our very first match. It's a rite of passage, they say. He has made a career out of going up against promo artists in their first match. You guessed it. I'm talking about the smart-ass Maestro. He is so scary when he does that. What do you say, Maestro? You and Harry, one-on-one, at Green with Envy. Ball's in your court, pal. One thing you should know, though, don't keep me waiting. I can be very impatient. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks for stopping by. Look forward to seeing you guys again real soon.
Alrighty then.
It sounds like we have another match prospectively set for Green with Envy. Harry, which I actually think that there's some intrigue there, some definite intrigue there.
Yes.
Against, it would appear, the smart-ass Maestro. I'm very excited to see kind of what happens there. Kind of a mysterious character, so it appears there's a lot of directions that could go.
Hey, I completely agree. I mean, there's numerous things that this goes. It's probably going to be a pretty damn good match too. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know anything about this Harry guy. I don't know what he's going to do, what style he's going to bring in, how he's going to come across with it. But based on that video right there, I can see that he already has a little bit of a way with words. So it's going to be an interesting thing to see whenever him and Smartass Maestro actually step into it together and go one-on-one.
Well, and it's almost like it's a perfect segue, like we planned this or something. But, if you want to get to know Harry a little bit better, directly after our main event, which is next, you will be able to see Harry host the first edition of the Curtain Call. Now, the Curtain Call is going to take place prospectively after all of our Carnages, after all of our breakdowns, and especially after all of our pay-per-view events. And it's meant to be a live reaction show from the competitors themselves. So directly after this show, win, lose, or draw, you're going to get to see your favorite promo artist on the screen reacting to the live show that they just saw. And it's going to be something that you've never seen before, something that in all the promo worlds I've been to, I've never been able to see before. And it should be very exciting.
I've seen it before because I've actually hosted something like that, but that's okay. That was a long time ago. That was the lowdown, and we're not going to talk about that because I kind of retired it a little bit. But yes, definitely tune in after, because you know what? It's all about entertainment, ladies and gentlemen, and WGP and Revolution are going to provide that entertainment from bell to bell and then long time after as well. So, I rhymed right there. Look at that. What?
You did? What? But along with that, Harry also talked about Green with Envy, which parlays into our final tonight, because the winner of our match between Seven and Mr. Steel will have to turn around and defend that WGP championship in 2 weeks at Green with Envy against none other than Big Sweets. And we all know how competitive, how great Big Sweets is. I mean, that was brought up tonight, and he's not even on the card. So that is definitely not a match that you are going to want to miss. But before we can get to that, we've got to get to our main event of the evening today, which just happens to be our WGP Championship match between Seven and Josh Steele. And we were missed in not acknowledging that to get here, the wheels had to be set in motion by none other than my broadcast partner himself, the Icon. When after your last match, you went ahead and said, hey, I am stepping away from competing in the promo world for opportunities like the one he's in right now. And you relinquished the WGP Championship. Mr. Icon, I will let you lead on this one, sir. What's your analysis heading into this match with two men you're very familiar with?
Whew, man. Well, let's go ahead and we'll throw it out there. It's 7 2 belts. So let's call him by his rightful name because he has earned the right to have it. He is, I don't know if I can say this, but he is the PPF heavyweight champion, which is a feat in itself. And then he is also the VOH Inferno champion. This man is everywhere, and he does it by himself, his style. There's no badass club. There's no shock therapy, nothing like that helps him out with it. This guy is legit standard. With that being said, the man he's going up against has 2 wins over me. Not an easy feat. There's not many people out there that have 2 wins over me. My broadcast partner has 2 wins over me. And look where he's at. So when I decided that I was going ahead and going to stop competing, yes, I had some opportunities ahead of me. Had some other things that I needed to take care of as well. I can't think of 2 better competitors than Seven and Josh Steele to hold this championship behind me. No matter what happens, no matter what the outcome is, I know that it's going to be a main event for the ages, and it's going to be the very first in a line of long, great main events here for the WGP going forward.
Well, hey, you know, Icon, this is the rough production, right? So if you didn't bring it up, I was going to bring it up. Seven is a 2-time champion right now, and for those of you who don't know, Seven is so great. He has 2 title shots today.
Mm-hmm.
Looking to become 7 3 belts, so the man has undeniable talent. With that being said, he's up against a man who, as controversial as he may be, has been as hot as they come in Josh Steele. You know, you acknowledged the Icon recently. He pulled off 2 wins against you in that opener of the tournament, in the Revolution of Evolution tournament. I faced Josh Steele, and Josh Steele brought it. If you know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If I trip up in the first round of that tournament at all, I'm out of it. So Josh Steele is nobody to be trifled with, and these 2 men have done a pretty good job of setting this match up. If I look at our hype analysis, you know, Seven comes in representing shock therapy, and you know, he basically, you know, he basically spent the majority of his promo saying that he didn't get to face a man that he respects, a man that he has never gotten to face in you, Mr. Icon. Honestly, it was a 2-minute and 56-second promo, and he didn't announce anything with Steele until about a minute and 30 seconds in, and he basically just told Steele that he wouldn't stop him and that he would prove to Josh Steele that Steele could be bent. Steele took a while to respond, but he came in saying that he's been on a roll, and as far as he's concerned, he's already the WGP champion, but that he has no issues proving himself against Seven because Seven hasn't been in the WGP for a while now anyways. You know, I'd really like to kind of plug more of a story there, but that's kind of what we've been given. But it doesn't change the fact, guys, that we are heading into a very competitive match between 2 very good promo artists. And Mr. Icon, feel free to echo me or tell me different if you feel differently. But I think that whoever walks out of this match with that championship is definitely a well-deserved face to represent this brand.
Oh, definitely. By far. I mean, look at all your past champions here in WGP. You've had myself, you've had Bojax, you've had the great man Kaos himself, and numerous others before we actually revamped WGP. But this champion is going to lead WGP into a new era. It's a partnership with Revolution that's made this happen, and it's just going to keep on getting better and better from there. So whoever wins tonight, all I can sit here and say is you have a huge task ahead of you when you're going up against Big Sweet. Never faced the man myself, but I've watched him in numerous places, numerous times, and that man right there is the top of the walk. I can tell you right now. So focus tonight but don't celebrate tomorrow because in 2 weeks, you've got the man himself. You've got Big Sweet, the big floating head, Zordon, whatever you want to call the guy. He's a hell of a competitor. And I can tell you right now, he is a main event talent. So with that being said, Mr. Anarchy, let's get this thing lit up.
I am absolutely with you. Gentlemen, heading into this match, I just want to remind you that whoever walks out of it the winner, you will be carrying this brand. You will be standing next to only one other world champion in this entire promo world, and you're looking at him. And the responsibility will be high. I am very excited to see what both of you guys do this evening. And please, please do not forget that directly after this match, we will roll directly into the curtain call after the show. So me and Mr. Icon are signing off for the day. Thank you for having us on your screens. Thank you for being a part of the very first WGP Carnage. And Mr. Producer, hit that title match.
Well, hell, I made it this
Josh Steele, you are Seven's little bitch.
Now that the fun and games is out of the way, we can get down to business. Mr. Josh Steele, tonight you are facing off against 7 one-on-one, but tonight I was supposed to face off against someone known as the Icon. A match that everyone in the promo land was looking forward to. A match that has never happened before. But instead, 7 gets to face Josh freaking Steele. What a fucking joke! WGP, you want to put Josh Steele in 7's way? Why? Because Josh beat the Icon 2 times on 2 separate occasions on a fluke victory. Well, let me tell you something, Josh Steele. It's time for you to get off your little high horse because 7's gonna knock you down a peg or 2 and show you why I am 7 2 belts about to be 7 3 belts because I'm gonna make Josh Steele my little bitch tonight. That's fine and dandy with 7. You see, I'm gonna be brutally honest with you, Mr. Josh Steele. You don't have what it takes to be the WGP champion. You see, you will crack, you will buckle, you will break under pressure. Being a champion comes with lots of responsibilities that your little bitch ass ain't ready to handle, that you can't even take. You see, Josh Steele, you have to have the whole weight of the company on your back. And I know a thing or two about having companies on my back. And the thing with 7 is, I never quit, I never give up. I evolve, I get better as the time progresses. But Josh Steele, when the going gets tough for you, you make like a little bitch you are, you tuck your tail between your legs and you hightail it. You're one of the biggest little bitches there is in the promo game. You think you're gonna beat 7 tonight? What a joke! That WGP title is coming home with 7. It is coming home to shock, therapy,
And I'm not gonna let Mr. Steel, Mr. Dumbass, who wants to play fantasy in a galaxy far, far away, to take the title. No, I'm not gonna play pretend make-believe in a galaxy far, far away, Mr. Josh Steele. I'm gonna be on top of my game in the promo lane right here, kick ass and take names. And I am the undefeated monster here in WGP, and I'm not about to lose to Josh freaking Steele. Greetings and salutations. Go have yourself a cigarette. Get out of my ring. Get out of the WGP Asylum. The 7 rules the WGP Asylum. On behalf of Shock Therapy, I am gonna be the new champ, and there's not a thing you can do about it, Josh Steele, so do yourself a favor, go ahead, get on your knees and submit, tap out now, and cry like the bitch you are. 7, just kick your ass. Enter the asylum.
And you, WGP Champion, Dark Damage. Enter the asylum.
Seven. So it all comes down to this, huh? Tonight we stand here not only to see who is the better man, but to crown a new WGP World Heavyweight Champion. And I know you're probably standing there assuming that you have some sort of an advantage over me. That just because you've beaten me once before in the past, that you have my number. But I assure you, that is just simply not the case here tonight. You see, you may have managed somehow to scratch and claw your way out of the shadows of the carnival to find the spotlight. But here tonight, I'm going to prove to all these people just who you are. I'm going to expose you for what you are, which is a desperate man. A man hell-bent on proving that he is not just another carbon copy of a crown prince, that he is not just another bootleg bastard of the bazaar, but in fact, in all actuality, that's exactly what you are, 7. You're even an insecure man. So insecure that you've bought into your own delusion. So much so that you've convinced yourself that by splitting into 7 not so different personalities, that you've actually made yourself stronger, more versatile. But in all actuality, in all reality, the only thing that it served to do was to dilute your talent and cloud your focus, trapping yourself in a prison of your own mind, leaving you blind to the fact that until you reach deep down inside and pull yourself back together, you will remain nothing more than an obsolete sideshow act. Just another sad clown, pandering to the fans to remain relevant. Let's be blunt. You're like the McDonald's of promo land. You're popping up everywhere. A pathetic, petulant, attention whore. And just like a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, you're definitely out of your element. Allow me to break it down for you, 7. Please allow me to enlighten you. Because you see, it's no big secret. Everyone already knows that you are your own worst enemy. You simply lack the confidence to manifest your own destiny. And quite frankly, just like the sediment, you are beneath me. You do not possess the mental resiliency to ever defeat me. And tonight, with the quickness of an even slow DDT, I am going to shatter your hopes and your dreams, enforcing my dominance here in the WGP. You see, the cold reality is, while you were busy wasting a gift-wrapped opportunity over in the Revolution, I was busy beating the brakes off of our WGP World Heavyweight Champion, the Icon. And then, when you were nowhere to be found in WGP, probably off somewhere licking your wounds, I once again beat the WGP Champion for the second time in under 2 weeks. So please inform me, enlighten me on what you've actually fucking done for WGP 7. Please explain to me how the hell you even got in this match. You know what? Matter of fact, save it. It doesn't matter in the slightest. Because let's face it, your performance of late is weak ever since you lost your sideshow family. and your career here in the Revolution, here in the WGP, now that's the real tragedy. And nothing you can do or say will ever change that fact. Because you are just another bozo in my path. You are a crusty old clown that's about to meet his bitter end. In fact, Seven, you can go ahead and fuck your feelings. Because tonight, I'm walking out of Carnage, the new WGP World Heavyweight Champion. And as Luda says, move, bitch, get out the way. Move, bitch, get out my way.
Bonus content because somebody jumped the gun and said we were leaving when we're not yet. You know, very few understand the feeling of what I'm about to announce. But ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't be more proud to do it because new WGP World Champion, Mr. Josh Steele.
Congratulations, Josh Steele. You have worked your butt off for the better part of a month now. You've been hotter than anybody on the promo scene. You definitely deserved it, bud. Seven, that was a 7 promo, man. I loved every single bit of it. I just think Josh might have brought it a little bit harder on that one. I'm not a judge. I don't know. I'm just a commentator. That's all I do. But congratulations to Josh Steele. I'll get with you, get this sent out to you so you can bask in its nice little glory here. Doesn't take anything away from 7-2 belts because that man right there, if Josh has been as hot as anybody in the industry, it's been as hot as 7 because 7 has been just as hot in the industry. Congratulations to both of you guys for getting to where you are. And, man, I can't wait for a rematch because I know it's going to come at some point.
Oh yeah, you know, with the way the rankings here work, you know, they're kind of specifically designed to not have repeat matches back to back, but that does not mean that this isn't one that we won't see very soon, right? Seven man, he is a phenomenal talent. He had an absolutely great match, and you know, given the effort level I've seen out of that man, it wouldn't shock me at all if he still becomes 7-3 belts today. Congratulations to Josh Steele, man. I watched you come into this game. I've watched you grow throughout it. You've been doing some of your best work as of late, controversial or not. There's been a lot of question marks, but I'll say this, man. I was interested in seeing how you came out and responded today, and you responded with the biggest win of your career. Congratulations, Josh Steele. Again, the new WGP World Champion. Enjoy it today, but don't forget you've got a big title defense in 14 days against Big Sweets. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I speak for Mr. Icon when I say that I hope you thoroughly enjoyed our broadcast here today. I caught word from the producer we're going to take a 30-minute break, and we will be live with the with the curtain call directly after this. Mr. Icon, parting remarks, sir.
Great job, everyone. It's a hell of a way to reboot WGP here to move into this new era. Congratulations to our new WGP champion, Josh Steele. Congratulations to every competitor because you all brought it except for the guy that didn't show up. To hell with him. Anyways,
yeah.
Well, we all brought it here in the WGP. Congratulations to Mr. Anarchy there, making his commentary debut. Guys, it's been a show for the ages. And all I can sit here and say, WGP's on the rise.
Absolutely, absolutely. This was only our first broadcast. It's only going to get better from right here. Again, congratulations to WGP champion Josh Steele. Fantastic broadcast, guys. Great show. And we will see you next time.
Have a good one.
From the pearly gates, fuck 'em. I didn't want to go to heaven anyway, but my mama got me on my knees with my hands gripped, talking about some praise the Lord shit.
you.